So, ein herzlich willkommen wieder zurück zu eurem Fodi von Fodis Gamerhaus zu einer neuen Ausgabe Until Dawn Part B Special Bonus. Ja, es ist kein Let's Play, fällt aber auch eine Let's Play-Reihe. Wir machen die Bonusinhalte durch, die wir, ich sag mal so, während des Spiels dann freigeschalten haben. Und die Hintergrundinformationen, da sind die Anfänge gewesen, das war ein Part 1, da wird zu sehen bis hierher. Also trifft die Besetzung, wie man eine Szene macht, die Wissenschaft der Angst und 1000 Seiten. So, und dann geht es hier weiter in Part B mit Special Bonus von Until Dawn. Die Musik. Viel Spaß dabei. Likes und Kommentare kann er natürlich hinterlassen. Wir sind auf Instagram, Facebook und Twitch zu finden.
Alright, from the top. My name is Jason Graves, and I'm the composer for Until Dawn. I've been involved with Until Dawn for about a year now. Originally, I was contacted by Barney Pratt, the audio director. I think that had something to do with my lineage of horror games, and hopefully not the fact that my last name is Graves, although a lot of people seem to associate my name with scary music. One of the things that was really exciting about working with Barney and the team at Supermassive is they really wanted something unique for the music. They wanted the music to stand out and be a character on its own in the game. When I'm first starting on a new score, and it doesn't matter if it's film, television, or games, I always end up going to the main theme. Sometimes the developer or producer isn't even necessarily interested in the main theme at the beginning. I just want to do it for myself, because for me, the main theme is the identity of the game. It establishes the mood, the atmosphere, and the character of the music, and how it's going to be playing in the background. And that's what we did with Until Dawn. That was actually my demo pitch to Supermassive Games. I put a main theme together, recorded all the instruments at my studio, and sent it to them. And they liked it. We actually ended up recording that exact theme, all the instruments and everything, live here at Ocean Way, probably 9 months ago. And that's what we've been using in all the demos for the game, and that's the final version of the theme that is the main theme that you'll hear on the menus and in some key pieces of gameplay. I seem to have made a name for myself in horror. And there's something about scary music, I think it's maybe the lack of rules. The biggest rule in scary music is there are no rules, so you can do anything you want, and actually, if you end up doing things that don't feel like they would work out together, they kind of clash, and it ends up being even more effective for scary music. So that's what really drew me to Until Dawn, was the textures, plus writing thematic material that is interwoven with the scary textures. I haven't really done anything like that before. Usually it was just all tension all the time, and that's fun and it's great. But I'm actually at heart a very melodic composer. That's the kind of music I love listening to, and that's the kind of music I love writing. That's the kind of music I got to work on in Until Dawn. Very nice. Same thing.
So, das war's zur Musik, der Bonusinhalte zu Until Dawn. Dann haben wir ja noch von der Bühne zum Bildschirm 1. Viel Spaß dabei.
My name is Will Biles, Executive Creative Director of Until Dawn. The first part of getting a believable facial performance in-game is to capture, topographically, the actor's range of emotional expressions as separate versions of the same head. Every tiny nuance gets digitized and merged, effectively creating a model that can recreate every facial movement that the actor makes. Once the topography has been recorded, the actor's performance itself can be captured by using a predetermined set of marker points drawn precisely on the face and a high-def helmet cam, wirelessly linked to capture devices. The camera is the small box where it looks like the microphone should be.
Outro Sam. Mark.
It records in high def the movement of the dots throughout the performance that will drive the expressions captured earlier. Unlike other systems, this form of capture is far less lossy because there are fewer interpretations between performance captured and performance rendered finally in-game. The audio is also recorded via two separate lavalier mics attached to the helmet. It takes a while for the actors to acclimatise to carrying around the recording devices and the helmet cams, but very soon the shoot becomes similar to any other effects shoot or a green screen shoot. The actors in these scenes are only recording facial animation, but use cursory body movements for pacing.
Wait, and maybe we should all stick together and find everybody and make sure they're all okay, so...
1-1, the year before the prank. Take 2, Mark.
Other than the other actors, they have to use their imagination for everything and everywhere that they are supposed to be seeing and feeling.
Idiot! So dumb!
From a hot midday studio in Los Angeles to a freezing midnight mountain in British Columbia.
So. Von der Bühne zum Bildschirm Nummer 2.
Because Until Dawn has a dynamic, ever-changing story, the facial performances and the body performances are recorded separately with different systems. With the body capture, we use reflective bead suits and an infrared camera matrix system that drives the CG bone hierarchies in our character models. These performances cover everything from character locomotion, scene-specific performances and stunt work, most of which was recorded at studios in Pinewood and Shepperton, near London.
Anna! Hello?
Combining all the elements seamlessly in the final game becomes a formidable editing and logistical task. Every variation, both physical and emotional, must be combined in these multi-edits. Scaffolding props have to stand in for the sets, because the hundreds of infrared cameras have to be able to see all of the reflective beads on the actor.
So, dann geht's gleich weiter mit unserem Bonus-Special hier bei Fodys Gamerhaus mit Until Dawn, Part B. Was zum Teufel?
America's Northwoods border region. Within this land of 10,000 lakes and miles of dense timber, a hideous creature.
Crownger Lounger. Ja, sei gegrüßt, hallo.
The Northwoods is probably one of the last frontiers in America. There's still a lot of places in this area that hasn't been set foot by man. Monsters and mysteries exist here because it is remote.
Up in the Northwoods, winters are long. In times of biting cold and isolation, a devouring monster is believed to come forth. It's terrorized native people for generations.
Growing up, I was told, like, don't go outside, the Wendigo will get you.
Der Wendigo.
Among the traditions of the northern Algonquin tribes is the Wendigo, a monster that can seize hold of a person to carry out its hunger for human flesh.
Many Native Americans fear even talking about this Wendigo, and even the mention of the name will let the Wendigo find out where you are, and it will open you up to be possessed by this Wendigo.
The most famous case of a Wendigo possession took place in 1879. In the deep woods outside of Edmonton, Alberta. Swift Runner, a Cree Indian, was a trapper and a guide. He had left town the previous autumn with his wife, 6 children, and his mother. But when Swift Runner returned in spring, he was alone.
Swift Runner came into a nearby village telling this heartbreaking tale.
I had to watch them starve to death.
Of his family being killed by starvation, and that he was the only survivor.
My whole family gone.
It wasn't hard to understand a family falling victim to a brutal winter.
To even not.
Yet something was suspicious about Swift Runner.
He was a strapping man, and he came into town weighing over 200 pounds. It didn't look like somebody who had just weathered a terrible winter. He wasn't malnourished, didn't look like he was starving. He looked healthier than ever.
After a few nights, it became clear that something was wrong.
He started having night terrors, screaming in his sleep.
I am the Wendigo!
Villagers alerted the police.
Swift Runner actually guided them back to his winter cabin. When they got there, that's when they saw the true horror. Human skulls were scattered around, many bones, some of which had been snapped in half, and the marrow inside had been drained. They had never seen anything like it. Swift Runner had killed his entire family, shooting them, hitting them with an axe, strangling, and then eating most of their bodies.
Right up until the moment the noose was on his neck, Swift Runner swore the evil spirit of the Wendigo had possessed him and twisted him into a cannibal killer.
When he was on the gallows, Swift Runner himself said, "I am no longer a man."
So, das war's. Was zum Teufel? Eine kleine Geschichte zum Wendigo. So, ihn zu Leben erwecken. Viel Spaß dabei. Es sind noch drei offen, die werde ich auf jeden Fall beim letzten Until Dawn Part 10 dann euch jeden Fall präsentieren. Momentan sind sie noch nicht frei, aber ich werde sie dann auf jeden Fall noch freischalten, wenn es soweit ist. Werdet ihr mitbekommen, auf jeden Fall. Ansonsten, wie gesagt, lege ich es in der Playlist unter Until Dawn nieder. Viel Spaß damit.
Just move over there. Go on, move. Let me say what I came to say. I'm here to tell you what you're up against being back on this mountain. You should never have returned. I don't know why you did after what happened last year.
You mean with Hannah and Beth?
Yeah, how could you know without being involved?
I don't take kindly to you kids coming up here to my mountain.
Your mountain.
The mountain don't belong to me, it's true. But it don't belong to the Washingtons. This mountain belongs to the Wendigo.
Hi, this is Lee Robinson, production designer at Supermassive Games. Understanding the ancient myths of the Wendigo was key for their development that helped the visual look. Through sketches and concepts, these elements were visualized, such as eyes being milky, almost dead, with loss of lips and eyelids due to frostbite, fangs growing and arms and legs getting longer, with skin hardening and thickening to look snarling and menacing, yet withered and lean.
The hell was that? Another fucking piece of...
Fingers and toenails extending like claws, allowing them to climb effortlessly. We made them look gaunt and weathered, and having ragged remains of clothes they wore. Blood-stained and rotten, with patches of hair still remaining, they retained strong skeletal limbs, which enable them to be agile and quick through the environment.
Where are you?
My name is Jamie Gallipo, animation director at Supermassive. The overall direction on the creature was to be very strong, to be extremely fast. We wanted a spider-like movement to the creature. 1 minute scampering to leaping and then crawling, almost instantaneous. And finally, we wanted the creature to have this real, uncontrollable thirst for flesh.
From a sound design perspective, the Wendigo is a real challenge. For the main vocalisations of the Wendigo, we used our own vocalisations, various different animals from the exotic to the farmyard, various plugins and processes to gel these sounds together and keep a human resonance behind that voice, telling the backstory of the Wendigo. During the chase sequences, the anger of the Wendigo is felt by encircling breaths, screams and screeches that essentially chase you as you're being chased by the Wendigo. We would layer them up in a multitude of layers, sometimes 15, 20 sounds playing at the same time, to build up the vocalizations for this fearsome creature which is always in attack mode, hyperactive and chasing you throughout the game.
So, das waren auf jeden Fall schon mal die Bonusinhalte dazu. Wie gesagt, die anderen kommen auf jeden Fall in Part C dann. Das waren einmal diese Hinweise noch, die kann ich euch mal gerne noch so präsentieren. Was war das oder dann das letzte, was noch vorletztes nicht gefunden? So, 14 von 20 Hinweisen ist immerhin eine gute Zahl. Die Gasmaske noch. Dann das Verwaltungsnotiz, die hatten wir ja auch. Ganz geil. Die Kamera. Medizinische Notizen waren auf jeden Fall. Die haben wir euch auch vorgestellt. Die Stechohrkarte haben wir natürlich euch in den letzten Parts gezeigt. Dann Minenrettungsfoto auf jeden Fall. Die 12 Bergarbeiter, die überlebt hatten. Dann der Zeitungsartikel, der alte. Dann haben wir ja den Fixierstuhl, den haben wir ja gefunden mit dem getrockneten Blut drauf. Dann die Bergungsarbeiten, Telegramm, Fundorte, Sanatorium. Auch im Sanatorium das Namensschild. Dann der seltsame Schädel in diesem Glas da drin ist. gewesen ist. Der Totenschein im Sanatorium. So, die Stechuhr an der Mine. Ein paar fehlen uns noch. Okay, da habe ich doch ein bisschen was ausgelassen. Der Kannibalismus-Fundorder, beziehungsweise das Tagebuch des mysteriösen Mannes da, der uns da geholfen hat. Dann Tagebuch weiter in der Geschichte über die Verhalten der Wendigos. Tagebuch, wie man gegen sie vorgeht und kämpfen könnte. Da ist noch der Beweis des Bisses, ob der Wendigo dadurch eine Verwandlung zustande kommen könnte. So, dann haben wir dann Fundort im Sanatorium, den Arztbericht. Dann haben wir noch die alte Filmrolle, die wir auf jeden Fall gefunden haben. Im Sanatorium. Dann der Abschiedsbrief des Arztes, der da war, oder Oberarztes, der Leiter der Psychiatrie. So, die Fallstudienakte, wie sich so ein Wendigo vom Mensch in ein Wendigo verwandelt. So, da haben wir 22 von 27, das ist eine gute Quote. Unbekannte Teile. Das Wanted-Schild, was ganz wie am Anfang war. Zeitungsausschnitt in der Lounge, den wir gefunden haben, den alten. Dann in der Lounge der RB-Nachricht der Polizei. Die Axthalterung, wo die Axt verschwunden war. Die war ja in der Nähe des Liftes. Den Zigarettenstummel in der Mine unten, den haben wir gefunden. In der Mine sind wir auch das Symbol des Wendigos. Den Drohbrief, den sie erhalten haben, dass sie halt eben Hannah und Beth, von Hannah und Beth sozusagen. So, die Zigarettenkiste am Fundort des Sanatoriums, die haben wir natürlich gefunden. Dann noch den Ausschnitt um die Geschichte des Berges, beziehungsweise wo der Wendigo gesehen war und wo die Mineneingänge und Ausgänge sind. So, die Visitenkarte. Dann im Berg haben wir natürlich den abgetrennten Schweinekopf gefunden. Dann haben wir die Fundort zur Seilbahnstation, da war diese Axt dann, die wir da gefunden haben. Die Kammern im Loungekeller unten, die haben wir natürlich auch gefunden. Die gefälschte Zeitung, das Fundort im alten Hotel. Dann im Keller unten, in der Washington Lounge, also in dem Hausgebäude. Den mysteriösen Katalog mit der Leuchte. Dann die Batterien und den Timer fürs Licht und Aus- und Anschalten. Dann das aufgeschlitzte Schwein. Die Fotos von Freunden, die da aufgehangen worden sind. Die Haken und Sägeblätter. Und die Videokamera im alten Hotel. So, und dann haben wir hier natürlich die Totem. Da fehlen uns natürlich 1, 2, 3 Totem der Toten. Aber sonst sind wir recht gut.
Etwas später sind die Bergleute gekommen, um den Berg abzubauen, bis ein Einsturz sie einsperrte und den Fluch wie und wurden wahnsinnig. Mörder. Sie aßen Menschenfleisch und mit Feuer quälen. Nach vielen Monden und vielen Jagden. Frei für mich und bis zu dieser Nacht vor einem Jahr. Visier. Aber wir waren nicht alleine in den Wäldern. Ich konnte die Mädchen nicht. Ich habe sie gerächt.
So, das ist auf jeden Fall so ein kleiner Kurzclip zu diesem Totem. Das war also das Totem. Da fehlen wir natürlich dann, deswegen sind da hier Unterbrechungen immer zwischenrein. Ja, und wie gesagt, den Rest werde ich auf jeden Fall euch in den letzten Part auf jeden Fall wiedergeben. Ich bedanke mich auf jeden Fall recht herzlich fürs Zuschauen. Hier bei Until Dawn und bei Foodix Gamehaus. Das war's zum Special Bonus Part B. Wir sehen uns hoffentlich nochmal in C wieder. Und ansonsten demnächst beim anderen Let's Play von mir. Macht's gut. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen. Tschüss, bis dann.